And welcome back to a new video, guys. Here we are again with the Honda. This is an '09 Honda CRV with the check engine light on. When I checked it and scanned it, we've been driving this car with the P0420, which is catalytic converter not being as efficient as it needs to be. So catalytic converter's on its way out. I tried a few products like catalytic and other stuff and ran it a few times, and we would go from Connecticut to New York, drive it long distance with the treatments in the tank, and they did not work, unfortunately. Not this time. I've used catalytic and other stuff on other vehicles, and it would improve. It would take the code away and not come back for a while, but in this case it didn't work. The CRV was running just fine. You know, you would hit the throttle and it would go, no problem. But lately, it doesn't have that much power anymore. The only code we have is the catalytic converter code. And if you're driving it short distance around town, you're fine. But if you got to go up a hill or get on the highway, it struggles. It's very dangerous. So I decided to change the catalytic converter. I went the cheap route. I really don't expect this car to be around for too long in our family. We're gonna get rid of it in a couple of years, so why spend so much money? So I got on Amazon and looked for a catalytic converter, affordable, and I found one that had very good reviews. Even a couple of years of it, after a couple of years of installation, people would say that they have no problem with the catalytic converter. So I went ahead and ordered one. It comes with the bolts, it comes with the gaskets, it's complete. I'll show you in a second. It's outside, and I'll show you what I use, what kind of tools I use, the product that I bought, and all that good stuff, and how I went about changing it. Now the bolts look angry, they look pretty rusty and nasty, so some of them I'm gonna cut, and that's not a big problem. Like the ones directly underneath the car, behind the catalytic converter, we can cut those, and that's not a big deal, pretty easy to do. But the ones up into the manifold, it's only 2 of them, and hopefully they come off pretty quick. They don't get stuck. I'm warming up the car so that those bolts warm up, and hopefully they're easy to remove without me getting burned. So follow me on this journey and I'll show you how I do this. Let's get it. Hey guys, this is my setup. I got a cardboard through here so I can get underneath where the 2 bolts for the manifolds are. And there's one, and the other one is back there. This one you have to go through this hole on the frame, the subframe, to get to that one. And this one on this side is easy. You got to use the hole and extension. It's a 12mm head. I got it nice and warm with the engine running, and they're loose. Okay. So I let the engine run for a little bit and then came underneath and I tried it and they started coming out, so that's good. This one right here, you don't have to go through the hole, but you do the extensions. And that one also, see, once you put both hands on it, it's gonna be able to come out easy. And the ones back there on that flange are the ones that are rusty and nasty. Those I'm gonna cut off. And the O2 sensor hopefully comes out, doesn't give me a problem. If not, I'm gonna heat up the O2 sensor where it bolts on the catalytic converter, the bump. I'm gonna heat that up and hopefully it comes out. If not, then I'll just replace the O2 sensor with it also. You're gonna need a setup like this, 12mm, 3/8 ratchet or bigger. And I have 1, 2, 3 extension, 4 of different sizes. These are the 3-inch, and this is like 6-inch, I think, or 7. You're gonna need a light, and you're gonna need a grinder to cut those bolts off, for sure. Grinding with a cutting wheel. This is a grinder with a cutting wheel. You're gonna need that to cut them bolts out. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna get started. This is the torch I'm gonna be using. If anything, this is the sockets for the O2 sensor. This is a whole kit. You don't have to get the whole kit, but it's a complete kit that I use. And these are to repair the threads when sometimes they're too rusty and they mess up the thread when you take them out. Pretty neat kit. You can find these on Amazon too. I'll leave the link in the description, and I'll leave the link for the catalytic converter if you want to go this route. It's a complete setup, guys. It comes with all the hardware, gaskets, and bolts, and it looks just like the one on the vehicle. Hopefully, I'll let you know how it works out. It should line up. It should line right up. But let's go. Continue moving forward. It's a good idea to have some safety glasses. All right, let's go do it. So I'm working on the O2 sensor now. It's not disconnected yet, but I found the socket that I'm gonna use and the ratchet, and I gave it a shot. It's still hot from me running the engine, so I think that helped, and it started to come out, but I noticed that it gets hard. So what I'm doing, I'm working it back and forth on the threads, back and forth till eventually I'm gonna get it out like that. And I'll go a little bit more and then go back. Don't force it, that way it doesn't ruin the threads. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, and if you encounter the same problem, that's what I would advise you to do. But I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the wire so that I can continue working on this, because I don't want the wire to get all tangled up. So I got the 2 front bolts out right there. Those are the ones that go up to the manifold, and I got the O2 sensor out. I wasn't able to unplug it yet, but I was able to get it out, and the threads are not looking happy. I don't know if you can tell from that angle, but yeah, I went back and forth with it, and I even used some of my favorite penetrant oil, this stuff right here, PV Blaster. It's one of the best product you can use. It works pretty good, but it didn't help me in this situation. The threads were still messed up. I felt it when I was unscrewing it. I tried to go back and forth, but that didn't help. So I guess I gotta get a new one. Not a big deal, guys, but stuff like that does happen. You try to do the best you can, but sometimes it is what it is. I don't wanna try messing with this one and then put it in the new one and mess up the threads, so I'm not even gonna go that route. All right, fella, that worked just fine with the Sawzall. I couldn't fit the Sawzall directly like this to cut the nut off. I went in an angle and I cut the bottom of the nut and then the top of the nut, and then whatever was left of the nut, I hit it with the hammer and the punch, and it came right off, and then I hit the bolt that way and it's off. So this whole pipe is ready to come down. So no, it's not ready to come down because we have the other O2 sensor is also attached to the pipe. I forgot all about that. I gotta get that out. Hopefully it doesn't fight me. Hopefully it doesn't damage the thread like this one. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Don't forget that one. You gotta get both O2 sensors out. Small details, but not a big problem. So I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and remove the plugs on the oxygen sensors and just take the whole pipe with the oxygen sensor still on it and remove it outside, because now that it's loose, everything is turning when I try to turn the O2 sensor. So there's a bracket right here with a bolt, 10mm head that sits right in here, right up here. I got that out, so I have access to the other bolt of the other bracket. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that one so that I have access to the plugs, maybe through here, or just to make it easier, because I can't get my hands up there. I have a video doing this a few years back, and I think this is what I ended up doing. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that bolt, and that should give me more access to the plugs. And there it is. Once you able to unplug the O2 sensor, then she comes right out. You have to work it. You have to turn it basically in this direction as you're taking it out. You have to work it. It comes right out. Remember, it's not just gonna drop and then come out because of the curve. You have to work it. And she's completely out. Now I'll remove this out here. Should be easier now. And then put on the new one. Now I've read that donut gasket that goes in here doesn't completely match with the one that comes in the kit for the new one. So I have to double check that and maybe run to the auto parts store and get the right one. I'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this first. That way I know if I have to get 2 O2 sensors or one. This one might mess up the threads too, who knows. So for sure, this one is also coming out hard. And it's gonna end up being the same thing. I'm not even gonna struggle with it. It's gonna mess up. I'm just gonna go ahead and order 2. I'm gonna run to the auto parts store, get 2 new O2 sensors, put them on the new catalytic converter, and put it up. I'm not even gonna mess with it. It is hard, and it's coming out really hard, like that one did, and it messed up the threads. So the hell with that. Why struggle if I don't have to, man? I can afford 2 new ones. Not a big deal. So here's the gasket, guys. Like I was saying, the old one and the new one, there is a difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy a gasket for this, because it's not gonna seal correct. So the thing is that the inside diameter of the new one is not the same as the old one. So the rest of the pipe that's sitting there that takes this gasket on the flange on the car, right, on the manifold, the inside diameter has to be tight. It has to be that size, and that's bigger, right? So I would have to cut this one open to fit, and I'm not gonna do that. That's an option, guys. If you have it, you can cut it, because you got material, so you're able to cut to match the size of the other one, because the outside diameter is going to match the new catalytic converter, which is, see, it's going to sit on the new one nice and flush, because it's a difference. There's a different size. It's a difference in size, so that's an option, guys. And hopefully, if you're doing this job, you don't have to buy O2 sensors like I'm doing. With the gasket, you can make it fit. You don't have to buy a new one. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a new one. O2 sensors and new gasket, and then we're gonna move forward with the installation. The rest of the stuff. New bolts. We got new bolts. New of those right there. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'll see. If not, I got the old ones. Got the gasket for the back. It's gonna go on this side. And these look pretty damn big. Compared to the older ones. Same length, same thread on here, same thread. There's a difference on this, but it's gonna stop. It's a shoulder bolt, so it's gonna stop on that. And the size of the head changes. So this works just fine. You can use the old one, you can use the new one, doesn't matter. Whatever works for the new cat. And these plugs, I don't know what these are for, but I'm assuming if you don't want to use all two sensors, you can plug them. And then the bolts, the 3 bolts for the back, for that flange. With the hardware. Alright, I'm gonna run to the auto parts store and move forward. Before I go, I wanted to show you that the new one matches the old one as far as size goes and the bend on the pipe. Same size. Should be a direct fit. Doesn't look too bad. Now this gasket, the old one, you guys could reuse the old one if you needed to. That's another thing. I mean, I'm just gonna seal here. That's always an option, guys. You don't have to get a new one. It all depends how what can you afford. It's up to you. Put this one back on. It's gonna fit on the new one. Not a problem. Just like on the old one. Still gonna do the same job. Doesn't sit flush. And I guess this one would sit nice and flush. Not even. I don't know. I'm gonna get a gasket and the O2 sensors. But if I couldn't afford that, for sure, I can reuse this one. It's not a big deal. I've told you guys how much I enjoy driving my RX-8. I just love this car. I love my Lexus too, but this one for some reason, maybe because it's staying there, just gives me that feeling of control that I love. It's a beautiful day out, man. I love working on cars on beautiful days like this. This makes me so happy. Finally found this fucking gasket, man. I went to AutoZone, I went to O'Reilly, and they're all different sizes, not the same one, and Advance had it. And for way cheaper too. There's the part number for Advance. Or if you want to look at it online before you start the job, maybe you should order yourself one. Anyway, the O2 sensors I got, these are the receipt from the other places. I got the O2 sensors, they're at home, so let's go back to the job. Alright guys, I'm finally back from the store. So I got the downstream and the upstream O2 sensors from AutoZone. That's the part numbers. And I got the gasket for the donut gasket that goes on this flange. That I got from Advance. which I mentioned earlier. That's the part number, and I paid for that one. That one I paid. Oh, where's the receipt for that? Anyway, that was $8 if I'm not mistaken. While the one for AutoZone was $32. Wow, amazing, right? This was the right size, and the one from AutoZone was the wrong size. And as far as these sensors, that's what I paid for the sensors: $125 and $159.99, $125.99. I'm gonna leave links in the description for these through Amazon too. They're probably gonna be cheaper, but I need them now. I don't have time to be waiting. So maybe you can pre-order all this stuff before you get into it. Well, you might not even need them. It's just in my case. And like I said, this gasket I probably could have gone away with just reusing it, but I'm not going to. All right, I'm gonna put everything together. I'm gonna put the oxygen sensors on here, and I'm gonna start putting the pipe up. And I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, this is ready to go in. I got all the bolts ready, the tools that I need. I got anti-seize on the bolt, got the gaskets. Now it's going in. Another thing, fellas, if your old flange surface looks like this, it's a good idea to scrape it or wire brush it. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this real quick, and then I'll connect. That's clean enough for me. I'm gonna go ahead and connect it. I got the pipe already inserted where it needs to be sitting. I'm gonna connect it back here, and then I'll work on the front bolts. So it is completely installed, and I'm pretty impressed with the fitment, guys. It didn't give me no problems at all. It clears everything. It goes right in. Bolts thread right in, no problem. Don't forget your donut gasket, because I thought I had enough room to put it on there, but no, I had to pretty much remove part of the installation back to put the donut gasket, the flange gasket on top. So don't forget that. But anyway, everything fit just right. It looks good. All two sensors are connected where they go. Brackets are in, plugs are in. Everything is back to a normal place. So now all I gotta do is put the tire back on and go take it for a spin. Erase the check engine light and make sure everything's good. Okay, here are the codes that I had, the 420. I'm gonna go ahead and erase those codes. And done. And she sounds beautiful. No exhaust leak. Good, guys. I'm on the highway, guys, and she's doing pretty good now. I'm back to normal. I was able to do about 100, no problem. So she's definitely fixed from having a clog. Right, fellas, seems like she's fixed. Giving her a quick wash. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe. It's free. I got many other videos, and I'll give you update. I'll give you an update, make sure that the catalytic converter is still good, no check engine light. Thank you for watching again.